All right, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, or Haha Quadash. Double honors to the head apostle, and that is a great millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace and blessings to you, sincere Akim, that are pushing this truth all over the four corners of the earth, week in and week out in our truth and sincerity. And Shalom to the elect. I want to get into this video that you see on the screen entitled The Evolution into the M.O.T.B Digital ID. Amazon now doing palm scan for medical checks. And this is from the channel Ones That Can See. Puts out good content, content that you can, do videos on and filter through these holy scriptures. Okay. And I'm going to play a good portion of this video, and I'm going to stop it periodically going into some scriptures and to touch on various different talking points. But first, let's start out in 2 Kings, the 15th chapter and the first verse. And it reads, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy." And who are the Lord's people? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the biblical Israelites, okay, who have been scattered all over the four corners of the earth. And in the process of that scattering, we have begun to look like the other nations. Okay. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy." And this, what you see, the title of this video being M.O.T.B discussion. You have been warned. And that M.O.T.B is the micro C hip. And that is prophecy. Okay. And a lot of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans do not believe in this prophecy because you have been persuaded, you have been guided, you have been bamboozled, you have been tricked to believe otherwise. Okay? And a lot of you know that you're Israelites. It says, "Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." These holy scriptures. The Most High Yahweh has caused them to be written down on paper, and he has used men to do so. And these words are faithful and true, whether you people believe it or not. So without further ado, let's jump right into it.
Doesn't know about Amazon's Palm payment. They have been rolling this out at locations like Whole Foods, where people can use biometrics to exit the store with their products. So they can make a purchase without handing over cash, without handing over a credit card. And all they have to do is have their palm scanned, their genetics scanned. This is biometrics. We've even seen some retailers out there doing this now with retina scan, being able to go up to the cashier and have their eyeballs scanned as a way of payment. This is what we're headed towards. And I'm talking about this now when it comes to the health facilities, because we know about Amazon having the ability and using this technology at stores. That's not new news. But what is new news is hearing that now you could go to the doctor's office and instead of getting out a credit card, instead of getting out your health insurance card, instead of getting out your license and letting them scan your license, now you could just have your palm scanned, and all that information will go directly to the interface that the doctor's office is using. And this is a big deal because this is more preparation for a digital ID. And when you hear about the digital ID is not physical, obviously, it's digital. And it might start off as something where it's just a picture of your license on your cell phone screen, but eventually this is all embedded in you, just like the same way you would check out at a store with the Amazon Palm payment. You will be walking in and out of stores and your body will be scanned because this is going to be embedded in your genetic code. So for people that don't know, the digital ID has everything in it. It is a comprehensive digital identity stored on a device like a smartphone, encompassing all personal identification details, such as driver's license information, passport details, medical records, banking information, voting.
Yeah, and what he's going into concerning this digital ID is, the things he spoke about before that concerning the palm scan and your fingerprint being attached to a database system and, containing your credentials, etc., which is all nothing but a build up, a lead up to the micro C-hip being pushed on a high level. And Esau is using his various different tactics and measures. He's using gradualism to get these people not only more familiar, but more comfortable using these various different things, palm scanning, using technology, using their phones, and various other things to make them more comfortable and ultimately opening them up to be able to accept that micro C hip inside their body. Okay. And concerning this digital ID, which this guy is going into, concerning the your driver's license information, your passport details, your medical records, banking information, basically, all your credentials, all the information about you, all right, all your paperwork, your doctor's prescriptions, all the history about you, okay, that's going to be incorporated into the M.O.T.B, all right, which we'll touch further into that later on in this video. Let's jump back into this.
Registration and potentially even biometric data, allowing a user to verify their identity across various online and offline services with a single digital credential, often managed through a secure digital wallet app. Keep in mind that mentioned right there, a device like a smartphone, the transition from the smartphone to the brain computer interface, right? Elon Musk, Nokia, Apple, these big corporations are already talking about how smartphones are going to become obsolete, and brain computer interfaces like Neuralink are the way forward. So think about that. When they say smartphones are going to be obsolete, obviously they're not saying that everybody's going to throw out their phone and we're going to go back and live like we're on Little House on the Prairie, unfortunately, because that's really the way to save humanity, would be to go backwards at this point, not forwards. But if the phone's going to be obsolete, people need to realize that what a brain computer interface is. And this is technology inside of your body, and it comes via editing your genetics. So
yes, and I did a video a couple of days ago concerning uh these AI prisons that Esau is trying to establish, and it's circling around a brain implant that will be inserted into a prisoner, and they will be able to edit information into and out of that particular prisoner's brain, and is considered a prisoner rehabilitation program to give them memories, false memories, and also take memories out of their brain, of their mind, and they can now serve their whole prison sentence within a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, and will be completely rehabilitated via this brain implant and can be released back into the population of the public. Okay, so this is very real. All right, and you got these other Israelites, these other Israelite camp leaders dragging their feet, playing around, telling you that the M.O.T.B is not what Great Millstone says it is. They're telling you that it's not that micro C hip, and neither are they telling you not to take it. Okay, and you various different camp leaders of these other camps are going to have a lot of explaining to do when this gets pushed heavy down the pipeline, because we're right there at the doorstep. Okay, let's go to Isaiah 28 real quick. It's Isaiah 28:7. It says, but they also have erred through wine and strong drink, are out of the way. The priest and the prophet have erred through strong drink. They are swallowed up of wine. They are out of the way through strong drink. They err in vision. They tell you that, hey man, if you're gonna have to take care of your family, you're gonna have to pay your tithes, you're gonna have to keep your job, you're gonna have to do this. Okay. A lot of these guys are gonna say, hey, you gotta take this, brother, sister. How you gonna take care of your family? How you gonna pay your tithes? How you gonna survive? This ain't the M.O.T.B. It's sin. It's sleeping with white women. It's an embargo. And we very well could see them make up uh a new breakdown for what Revelation 13 and 16 is speaking about. Because they're constantly changing their stance on this particular subject. Okay. It says they stumble in judgment. A lot of these guys have taken bags. A lot of these guys have entered in contracts with the enemy. A lot of these guys have been compromised, and they're not telling you the truth off the strength of that. And you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans have been warned by the true prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, who are constantly bringing you the truth in its purest form, without games, without gimmicks, without sugarcoating it. Okay? So you guys are gonna have some explaining to do. Hey, Sonetta voice. It says, verse 8, for all tables are full of vomit, filthiness, so that there is no place clean. And you see when this recent situation with, Alizé, formerly of the Sakari, all right, filthiness, man. And you still got Jake supporting this man. Jake is through. It says, for all the tables are full of vomit and filthiness, so that there is no place clean. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Just because Jake out there with a garment on and a Bible on his hand and a 12 tribe sign doesn't mean he has the full truth. Doesn't mean he is a true prophet of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. He could be a false prophet. And see, that little bit of falsehood in your doctrine makes you a false prophet. Just like the scripture says, a little leaven leaveneth up the whole lump. Okay? That little 1%, that 0.5%, that 2, 3, 5, 6, 7% of falsehood, of lies, makes you a false prophet. And these particular men of these other camps have came out and openly stated that they don't have 100% truth. And Jake still follows them. It says, whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. Okay? So not every Israelite that considers themselves a teacher, that is out there in the highways and byways, that's uploading videos, that says Shalom, that uses the name of the Most High being Yahweh, the name of his son being Yahweh Shai, has the truth. Let's continue on.
Covering this because now we're seeing a transition from Amazon Palm Pay to Amazon Palm scanning technology to bring up your personal information, your health information. This is a big deal. This is the beginning of getting people used to biometric data, using biometrics to have their personal information.
Yeah, you see, they're getting the public more and more comfortable. They're acclimating, what's the word? Matter of fact, let's look that word up. What is it? Bear with me one moment. Matter of fact, we do it on my phone. All right. Acclimate or acclimated. And these are the definitions. It says, be accustomed to a new climate or new conditions. Basically, what this guy's going into. The new conditions, the new climates, the new things in society that are established by these wicked elites. Okay. It says responding psychologically or behaviorally to a change in environment factor under controlled conditions. And those ones who are in that the control of these conditions under Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai are these wicked elites would have been put in the position of power by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, pursuant to Job 9 and 24. Okay. So it says respond psychologically and behaviorally. So Esau is not only, um, pushing for people to accept certain things in their mind and respond to them, but he wants an action out of that as well. All right. It says to adapt to a new altitude. Hey, that's heavy. Hey, adapt to a new altitude because this is a new, or this is uh, a pursue for Esau to climb that plateau. And at the top of that plateau, at the top of that mountain, is his new world order. And that's what Esau is striving to achieve. He's striving to complete. He's striving to reach. And this is right along the way of his efforts to complete his new world order goals. Okay, it says adapt to a new altitude, climate, environment, or situation. And society is drastically going to change. Okay, artificial intelligence is being pushed to be merged with the human body. These scientists are now standing upon statements and claims that the human body is now a hackable thing. Okay, you are a hackable device. They can hack into your brain. Okay, through their various different technologies. They can manipulate the brain. And that's why we say the M.O.T.B, that micro C hip, is deeper than what a lot of these people perceive it as. Okay, it's more than just the grapho. Okay, it's more than that information that's going to be on that. It's more than just a way to pay for things, something quicker, faster, smarter. It's more than just a new currency. Okay, this devil is in the business and has been in the business for many years in perfecting his technology. So when he rolls this out on the red carpet, that the ones that take it, there ain't no thought process of taking it out. Okay? Once you get it, that's it.
Stored and then accessed, and then going from just even having palm payments to make a purchase to palm payments to bring up personal information like your medical records. And for anyone out there that's confused, maybe you're new to this. I don't expect everybody to know all the things that I've discussed over the years. This is what the Amazon Palm payment looks like for anybody out there that's not familiar. And this technology is already out there, and it's been out there for a few years and is used at places like Whole Foods.
Meet Amazon One, the fast, convenient, contactless identity service that lets you enter, identify, and pay using only your palm. Signing up is simple. Sign in with your Amazon account and create your free profile.
Yeah, and see, this is how they are going to persuade the masses into taking the micro C hip. All right. They're going to have these family, fun, friendly, informational videos. Okay. Where they make it look so simple. It's so easy. The person in the commercial is going to have a smile on his face. They're going to show the scenarios where they're at the club, where they're at the bar, they're at the gym, you're in your house, an intruder's trying to break in, and you were able to do this, you were able to get away, you were able to survive, you were able to find your loved ones because of the technology that you subscribe to, the technology that you accepted, right?
Enter, identify, and pay using only your palm. Signing up is simple. Sign in with your Amazon account and create your free profile. Take a photo of your palm or both palms. Then visit any Amazon One device to enter, identify, or pay with your palm, and we'll activate your profile. Get started today. If you don't have
See, let's go to the book of Revelation real quick. This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. It says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads. And what you just saw on your screen is one of the tactics, one of the ways, one of the strategies Esau Edom is going to use to cause all to receive his device. Okay, this is one of them. He's going to use his commercials. He's going to use Hollywood. He's going to use these influential people in society. He's going to use your news reporters. He's going to use your pastors. You heard what these pastors said during the C19. They said you go out there and you get that shot, right? It says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads. And we're dealing with the hand right now. Okay, let's continue on.
Your wallet, there's no problem. Just scan your palm to pay.
Amazon One is a payment system that has been tested at several stores around the Bay Area, and now it may be coming to a grocery store near you.
Ground Force Justin Campbell has more on how it works and the privacy concerns.
Just show your palm real quick. We may scan it.
I hope you don't use that.
The idea of using your palm to pay doesn't feel right for this Whole Foods customer, but others like the idea.
I don't know who else can get into my palm, really, but I'm not really against it.
The technology coming to the Bay Area Whole Foods stores over the next few weeks works like this. Amazon says no two palms are alike. They use vision technology. You hold your hand above the device, which scans and takes less than a minute to create a palm signature. Your palm is connected to your credit card online, so whenever you want to pay, all you have to do is hover your palm.
Too intense. It's a little crazy.
This customer is worried about privacy.
I think using your DNA and stuff is just too much to give out.
Yeah, and see, all this is going to be incorporated with all the various technologies and the things these people use in the day-to-day lives. Okay, from your job, from your house, okay, from your taxes, your sensitive information, bank accounts. It's all going to be incorporated. Because Esau Edom wants, you heard what that Jake said. He said he doesn't really believe in it, but he's not against it, or something to that, like that. Esau's cool with that. He wants you on the fence because he knows if you're on the fence, he has a very, very good chance of persuading you to come to the other side. Okay, just look at years and years ago. A lot of the things that we do today, people would have never said or never have thought that society would not only be where it is today, but they would never have thought that themselves would be doing various different things that we do in our day-to-day lives. Okay, concerning technology. All right, let's read verse 17. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the charagma or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So it's going to start off as a choice. Okay, it's going to start off as the new in thing, the hip thing. You're going to see commercials like these, persuading people to take it. We saw during the pandemic how these influential characters were given big checks to persuade the masses to do a particular thing, and that it was very, very effective. Okay. And even with all the information coming out about this situation, the negative information, these people act like, like it never happened.
Using only your palm. Signing up is simple. Sign in with your Amazon account and create your free profile. Take a photo of your palm or both palms. Then visit any Amazon One device to enter, identify.
Yeah, because that's where the majority of these people are going to have the M.O.T.B. All right, it's going to be in their hand or somewhere close to their hand. Let's go to verse 18. It says, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So these electronic devices are going to have a barcode system incorporated into them. And what we see right here concerning this palm pay, well, the next step is the micro C-hip, and they're going to push that even on a higher level. That's going to be quicker, more safer, more adaptive. more customizable, and Esau's going to attach incentives to it. You know, he very well can attach, it could be a program. You know how Esau loves his programs for you to enter into that are attached to the ones that have the micro C-HIP and them getting funds, getting benefits, okay? Because that has a heavy weight on the people, all right? Let's jump back to where we left off before.
Your palm stored in the device.
Amazon says Palm images are not stored on the device. The images are encrypted and sent to the cloud. Aceve's other concern is phishing.
For example, at a grocery store, there's no one around, and someone could potentially replace that scanning device with a fake scanning device, just like they do today with credit card readers, right?
Aceve says he believes the technology is the future because it's convenient for consumers.
Not my palm? Jeez, come on.
Reporting in San Jose, Justin Campbell, Cron 4 News.
So that's what they tell you the future of payments are. But what they're not getting out there yet is they're not informing you that this is the future of everything. The future of everything, what I believe is the mark of the beast, because all of this information is going to be embedded.
You heard what he said, all right? And this guy is outside the truth per se. You know, this wisdom and knowledge. And he gets it. All right. He understands that this, let's run it back.
Of the beast, because all of this future of everything, the future of everything, what I believe is the mark of the beast.
So he said he believes that this is the MO, this, which basically he's insinuating, you know, the things circling around this and in the avenue it's heading is concerning the M.O.T.B.
I'm informing you that this is the future of everything. The future of everything, what I believe is the mark of the beast, because all of this information is going to be embedded inside of your body.
Yeah, well, see, you know, the M.O.T.B. is not their hand fingerprint being connected to a cloud system. It is a device that is going to be implemented inside of their body. That is most definitely going to be connected to a cloud system, okay? And that's the next step. And we're right there at the doorstep.
Body via technology. The technology is going to move from being in your hand and on your wrist to being underneath your skin. In Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 through 17, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And think about if all payments turn to biometrics, right? Because think about how right now they're forcing you to do all these things on your smartphone. When you go to the airport, they expect you to pull up a QR code on your phone, right? Well, eventually you are the QR code. Because think about it. When they're saying, well, you got to go to the airport, we're not going to give you a physical ticket anymore. It's bad for the environment. It takes too long. Bring it up on your phone. We expect everybody to have a smartphone by now. And if you don't, well, I guess you can't fly, right?
Yeah. Esau can cause people and force people to do certain things without making it mandatory. All right. He'll just do out with the old and in with the new. For you to be a participant in society, for you to even exist in society, you have to have this. So you got an option still, but it's still being pushed and forced upon people per se. Okay. You still got an option, but he's causing you to accept what he's prescribing to you. Okay. A lot of people during this, during the pandemic, they accepted his, his juice off the strength of only being able to allow to do certain things, go certain places, okay, be around certain people, as if they had credentials saying that they accepted that, right? But Esau is going to take it a step further after that. It's going to go from being an option, but heavily forced upon the people, to being no longer an option per se. that you have to take it, still being an option. But if you don't take it, we're going to throw you in prison. We're going to throw you in jail. We're going to take everything you have from you. We're going to take your kids from you. We're going to separate you from your kids and your family. And, you know, eventually it's going to come to a point that if you don't take it, we're going to off with your head. All right. That's why the scripture says, be faithful unto death. So we got to be faithful through all these various different scenarios, man. We got to be faithful through all these various different steps, because we know how Esau Edom likes to work. He likes to work in stages and steps. And this is what this video is actually going into. The gradualism of Esau, making it more comfortable and more comfortable with this technology, with his science, for people to ultimately accept the major part of his New World Order program. Let's go to Daniel chapter 12 and verse 4. It says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. And then we're at the end. All right, we're living in the end times. We ain't got no goddamn 1,000 years left, man. Are you crazy? Come on, man. Look at all the things that are happening on the earth. This very video, man, the information that is being brought in this very video shows you and is a sign that we are at the end, the very end. Okay? It says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Okay? And knowledge has been increased.
Pretty much that's what they're forcing people into. We're that really getting as close as possible to them removing printing out boarding passes. Okay. So when you're at that point where you say, well, I got to go to the airport, I have my boarding pass on my phone, it becomes normal. They've gotten people conditioned into that, right? Well, then they're telling you that the phone's going to be obsolete. So if the phone's obsolete and these methods of payment, these methods of boarding pass.
And all Esau has to do, once a large number of people start accepting this Palm Pay and these, the QR code, which the majority of these people are using their phones to pay for things, to scan, to get into certain places, downloading QR codes. He could, set up a so-called hack, something happened. And now we have to take it a step further where we can no longer use the old method and we have to bring in something even more secure. Okay.
Passes, all these things that you see now that you do with your phone, even going to a restaurant, they make you scan a QR code to bring up the menu on your phone. Well, if the phone is gone, like Elon Musk and all these people say, where are you going to do all this stuff? Are we going to go backwards then? Are we going to get rid of the phone, have paper menus again? Are we going to have boarding? No, of course not. Because biometrics and the mark of the beast tie in with one another. And anyone out there that says there are people who have already received the mark, I understand what you're thinking because you're close to the truth, or at least what I believe to be the truth. You have every right to disagree with me. But last I checked, when they rolled out that vaccine a couple of years ago, a lot of us didn't take it, including myself, of course. And I can still buy and sell very easily. But
and that was nothing but a prelude, okay, to the real thing that they want to push all over the four corners of the earth. And a lot of our people failed that test. And you were told by your camp leader, all right, ISUPK, IUIC, the heads of those particular camps, they told you to go out there and take it. Okay. They said, go out there and take it. And, there was members of their congregation that lost their lives off the strength of that, man. So you guys got blood in your hands, man. Okay. And, we haven't heard no type of a rebuttal video or apology, and, or Satan. Okay. I'm sorry. Hey, I was wrong, concerning what I told y'all to go do concerning what happened during the pandemic. Okay. Especially with all the information and indictments that came out recently circling around that matter. Okay.
the tie-in, of course, with that experiment is how many people were willing to go and get it. And of course, there are people who have this type of technology already inside of their bodies, but they haven't made it yet so that you'd have to be able to have that in order to buy.
And who knows what was in that stuff. All right. You know, who knows what the long-term effects are of that stuff. And I'm not going to, speak too much about all that for obvious reasons. Let's go to the book of Sirach, the 27th chapter. Because you got the IUIC, Bishop Nathaniel and the IUIC telling you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that the M.O.T.B is sin, which is false. But I will say, if you take the M.O.T.B, it is a sin. Okay. This is Sirach 27:1. It says, many have sinned for a small matter, and he that seeketh for abundance will turn his eyes away. As a nail sticketh fast between the joinings of the stones, so does sin stick closely between buying and selling. Okay. And when you go to Leviticus, the 19th chapter, which, you got these guys that push that the M.O.T.B is sin. They push the law, the law, the law. They push that you can be saved off the strength of keeping the law, which you can't keep the law 100%. And in this wicked kingdom, especially in this flesh that we're in, I mean, just for case in point, okay, you believe that you don't believe that the M.O.T.B is a microchip, okay, concerning these camps, right? All right, well, off the strength of the law that you push, you should be telling your congregation not to take it off the strength of that, right? Let's go to Leviticus 19:28. Let's start in verse 27, okay? Because these guys that tell you to keep the law, keep the law, keep the law, they're breaking the law right in front of your face with a straight face on, right? It's Leviticus 19:27. It says, "You shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shall thou mar the corners of thy beard." And the IURC is in violation of that, as well as these other camps, man. Okay, Sakari is in violation of that, as well as many, many other things. Verse 28, ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord. Okay. And that word mark is the Hebrew equivalent to the word, to the word, mark in Revelation 13th chapter, the 16th verse. Okay. That word mark, which in the Hebrew is, matter of fact, let's go ahead and get it, because that's the Hebrew equivalent to the word mark in the Greek in Revelation, the 13th chapter. Let's get that real quick. This is Leviticus 19. Bear with me one moment. All right. All right, here we go.
Strong's H 7085. Ka.
Which is Strong's H 705, which says incision, imprintment, tattoo, mark. So it's something that is basically embedded into your skin. Okay. It says incision. So this is something that is, ultimately when you print a mark on your skin, a tattoo, and an engravement, it's embedding past the surface of your skin, right? Now let's go to Revelation real quick and let's look up that word in the book of Revelation. All right, let's see here. Bear with me one moment.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma.
All right, Strong's G 5480. a stamp, an imprinted mark. All right. It says a thing carved, sculptured, graven work. All right. So this is something that is put inside of you. All right. It's not sin. It's not sleeping with white woman. It's not sin in all its forms. It's not an embargo. All right. This is an actual thing that is put inside of your body. And like I said earlier, you leaders of these various different camps that incorrectly break down Revelation, the 13th chapter, pursuing the 16th verse on down, you're going to have some explaining to do to your followers when this thing is really pushed heavy and really rolled out on the red carpet and presented to the public on a very, very high level. Okay, because we're right there at the doorstep of that, which I believe they're going to push a false flag attack. Something major is going to happen. And, we're going to see this thing pushed on a very high level. And just like we saw in that commercial, we're going to see commercials about it, which there's already commercials about it, but we're going to see it very, very often. Just like you see a McDonald's commercial on TV, just like you see an insurance commercial. Okay. And you're going to have Hollywood, these people that are in Esau's pocket are all going to be used. It's going to be an all hands on deck order in that time. Okay. And you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans have been warred. Let's get one more scripture and we'll close out. This is Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 4, and it reads, "And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them." And the Lord has sent his men all over the four corners of the earth to speak unto you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, you Israelites. And are these words that we speak, they're not the words of us, that we formulate in our own mind and come up together. These are the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. All right, like the scripture says, and speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to a people of strange speech and of an hard language, but to the house of Israel. Not to many people of a strange speech and of an hard language, whose words thou cannot understand. Surely I had sent thee to them. They would have heard, Salaki, they would have hearkened unto thee. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all of the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted. And Jake is just hard-hearted, man. You break it down to him, you show him, they see everything that's coming out in articles on the news, what these scientists and these elites, these underlink elites are, pushing for and putting their efforts in concerning the future of society, ultimately the future of the world. And, Jake just can't get it. They just won't accept it. And they ultimately have been blinded by Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai. And the Most High has used who? He's used Esau Edom. And Esau Edom has his strings attached in these various other camps and organizations. Okay. Let's go to 1 Corinthians and then we'll close out on that. And everything's going to come out, like it says in Luke, the 8th chapter, man. Everything's going to be brought to the forefront. So, okay, 2 Corinthians, Salakia. 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter. And we're going to go down to the 4th verse. All right, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 3. It says, "But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost." And we fully understand that the majority of our people are not going to be able to get and understand this wisdom, knowledge, and truth. We fully understand the majority of our people are not going to understand what the M.O.T.B is. That is the microcia. We understand that. We fully understand that the majority of our people do not believe that if they take it, that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to destroy them. All right? The Lord told us to go out and give you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans warning from the Lord. And that's what we're doing, because if you take that thing, guess what? The Lord's coming for your ass. All right? Like it speaks about in Revelation, the 14th chapter, man. It ain't no running, ain't no hiding. It ain't no matter of if or maybe or might. Nah, you take that thing, guess what? Like it says in Revelation, the 14th chapter, man. Okay? You're going to be consumed with that fire. And you can't repent from that. This is 2 Corinthians 4:3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not. And who is the God of this world? Esau, Edom, the modern day Pharaoh, the one who our people look to for guidance and instructions, and ultimately are going to bow down to, because the majority of our people are going to accept his device. It says, in whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not. They don't believe. They said, nah, man, it ain't, ain't no microchips. That's what they said. It's June. That's what they said. They said, come on, man, this device, man, hey, these things are everywhere. They're in the computers, they're in our cars, they're in our phones. You telling me if it's just inside my skin, nah, man, I don't believe it. Nah, man. I'm going with this way. I'm going with this route. I'm going with what he says, right? It says, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahushua Mashiach, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them. Okay? Verse 5, for we preach not of ourselves. See, these aren't our words. These are the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. These are the instructions from the Lord. These are the warnings from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It says, but Yahushua Mashiach the Lord are ourselves your servants for Yahushua's sake. For Yahweh, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, has shined in our hearts concerning our mind, to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of Yahweh in the face of Yahushua Mashiach. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of Yahweh and not of us. This is not of us, man. Okay? This is all of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. This is the Most High Yahweh's movie, and everything's going according to his plans. And we hope and pray we're part of the elect number, and that we can, be safe and delivered from this great destruction that's going to take place, and ultimately, and as well, Salaki, as well, be protected in that hour of temptation that's going to come, before the deliverance. All right. It says, we are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair, because we have hope and we have faith and we believe. It says, persecuted, but not forsaken, cast down, but not destroyed. We're hasting the day, and we're looking forward to the destruction of Babylon the Great, calamities, World War III. All right. All these things that are going to happen, and not in that particular order per se, but we're excited for these things that we know and believe that are about to come upon the earth, man. Okay. Lord willing, that was edifying. To the next time. Shalom.